very, very weird start to the video this is, and this is not what I would normally do. In a minute we're going to go in the workshop and actually make out that we're just starting a video, and Chris is not going to know anything about this little bit of video that we're doing. And the first time he's going to find out is when he watches the video the night this goes out. So the other day when we went to buy a vehicle somewhere, I said to the guy, have you got any other bits? He went, I've got a quad bike, it's got a few issues. And I was like, oh right, yeah. Oh. And I see Chris's eyes light up. He's been after a quad bike for ages. He said, I just want a farmer's one, you put a tow bar on it, I can use it around the yard. And when we got to the quad to have a look at it, it's actually a proper Honda farm quad. And it's already got all the tow bar on it, it's 4-wheel drive, it's everything he wants. And I see his eyes light up. And I thought, this is an opportunity here. I wanted to do something nice for Chris anyway, for quite a while. And I thought, yeah, here's an opportunity here. So what I did was said, yeah, I've got a customer for that, Chris, we'll buy that, we'll go halves on that. Now, we've just unloaded it off the truck and he's convinced that I'm selling it, and he hasn't actually he hasn't actually said anything to me, but I can tell by his body language that he wants to say to me, oh, like, can I pay you and keep half of this? But I'm actually going to play along that, no, I've got a customer for it. And then once it's all done, we'll just let him have it, you know. But I thought I'd start this bit of video now so that kind of you're all in on it, and you know before I start recording exactly, you'd be thinking, well, what's going on here? So just everybody's in on it. Let's get in there and start the video. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video. We have bought another little project. It's actually damaged as well, and we'll get onto that further into the video. So it is a 400 or a 350 TRX Honda farm quad. The guy said it will not select neutral. He thinks that there's a clutch issue with it, but we think it's more of a gearbox issue because it's actually semi-automatic. So that's something that we're going to have to get into. It's not been very well kept by the looks of it. You can tell just by looking at those tyres there. One of them's, it's actually that one there, has been put on round the wrong way. Again, we didn't mind. It was well worth the money, well worth it. I can say the price, can't I? We paid £450 for it. They asked us £550 and I bid them £450 for it. And when you look here, it actually looks like that wheel's pushed back, but it isn't. If I crouch down a little bit, you can actually see it's had a whack here in this bar. It's actually pushed that bar up and over. So if you look at those front mud guards and that fairing, how out of line they are, all of this, the metal brackets, have actually pushed it and shoved everything over. And you can see that big loop there. So it's a nice thing. They're still quite expensive on the internet. That's why we went for it. But it is quite mucky. So straight away, I think we get it outside, eh? Give it a good wash and see what we're actually working with. It'll be nice to try and have a fiddle with it and get it into neutral and get it to run. The guy, I have bought stuff off him before and he has assured me that it is a good runner. So, I won't question that. If he said it runs, it's going to run. So let's get it outside and actually give it half a ton of G101 and
strip them bits off first.
Shall we? Yeah, and then we can clean all underneath it. Yeah, we get this stripped off and then we get it outside, give it a nice wash, see what we're up against. Chris has just popped in to get a carrier bag. Great idea taking all that off now. You can actually get to all this grime. Guys, I'm going to start taking this side off in a minute. I've just told him I'm going to cut in and then I'm going to strip this side. Honestly, it's so funny. He's taking it apart going, yeah, this would be quite handy around here, wouldn't it? Oh, this is what I want, something like this. This is really, really funny for me. I'm struggling to keep a straight face. Let's get this side stripped off. That was unbelievable actually. It just took about 10-15 minutes tops to get all that off. And look how much more we can actually get to now. You can get to all of it. All of that would have been hidden behind there. You would have never got to it. Got a carrier bag there in the intake, so should be good. All this under here as well, you're not going to get that off. Chris has just gone to get some hot water to mix up with a G101. I know people still do always ask me, we go 50-50, you don't want it too strong. And it always works better with warm water. Like at least 10 times better with warm water than it does with cold. I don't know if it makes it eat into it a bit quicker, but let's get it outside and give it a nice clean. It's actually the next day now. As you can see, it's all dry and I've just arrived and Chris is not even here, but the battery's on charge and it looks like he started taking it apart. You got the gear stick there, that pipe's back on. That actually come with it and we didn't actually know where it went until we took the seat off. That's where he's gone, get some petrol. But look how much cleaner it all come up. It does want doing again. It's going to want doing quite hard, I should think, but all of that crud that was on there has all completely gone now, and you can just see what you're doing a bit better, and it's nicer to work on. Look how nice that tank come up. I did just walk past all this on the way in as well. Obviously it was starting to get dark when I left last night, so they're the last little bits there to clean. As soon as Chris gets back, we get them done. Fingers crossed, if he's gone to get petrol, I reckon we're going to try and get this fired up, which would be nice to hear it run. Like I said, the guy's, he told me that it runs and I've got no reason not to believe him. So let's see how we get on. That's everything all cleaned up as far as we can go. Chris has just come in. That pipe's all fitted now properly. He's fitted the gear stick back on. He had to put some oil in it. He checked that and it didn't have a lot in it at all. He's also had the plug out, checked the spark with that plug and actually gapped that one up. But a bit of a mystery's happened here. Can you see that? Chris, actually, do a demo for us. So it was stuck in gear. You see me drag it out yesterday. We struggled like hell to get it in. And there you go. Neutral. And what gear is that in now? First?
Yeah, it's in first. Before I push that in.
Reverse. It is. What have you done?
Cleaned it, put it back together.
He's cleaned it, put it back together.
Put oil in it.
And he's put oil in it. This had no spring in it yesterday at all.
It's on slightly higher.
Yeah, he is. Oh, and he's moved it up on one of the teeth there. He didn't want to grab nothing with that, but he said, I've slipped it on and it's absolutely perfect. So we're going to chuck some petrol in it, get it running, I suppose.
Neutral, it'll start, won't it?
Yeah. Give you a little go up and down the yard in it. We'll put some petrol. You ready, mate?
Yeah.
Fire in the hole. Chris, choke. Sorry, mate.
It's gone back in, hasn't it?
Do you want me to hold it up? Oh, yeah. That sounds all right, doesn't it? Yeah. I'll stand back here. That's probably really, really loud on camera. Actually sounds perfect. Hopefully that's not too loud down the camera. We'll let that warm up and then hopefully Chris can have a go up and down the yard on it. Check the gearbox out. You gonna have a go now? Alright. Chris, I did just open the gate. He did just have a go up and down the yard and he said the clutch, the centrifugal clutch is really grabbing on it. So he's going to look into that now and try and adjust it up. To be completely honest, it is lack of maintenance. The brakes are squealing on it. It's grabbing and biting. So he's just going to have a little tinker around. There's no point me popping it on time lapse with it now. Sometimes he did just say, like on his whacker plate, he's had to adjust it. Sometimes you have to take all the covers off. Sometimes you can adjust it without taking anything off. So we'll let him have a little tinker with that. Is there? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
When I look there,
Yeah, that'd be it.
I can't see any writing on there, but yeah, you're probably right. We'll let him have a little play around with that, and we'll get a good bit of footage.
Increase.
Oh, there you go. So he's found it already. Chris, that's quite funny actually. I'm recording that.
Oh,
You could see your body, and your head was completely gone under the mudguard. So there we go. We'll let him have a little tinker with that, and then hopefully have a good run up and down the yard on it. A lot of fiddling around there, Chris playing around with that, but he thinks that he has nailed it now, so he's going to have a little run up the yard and see if it solved it. Certainly going all right now. Actually looks like it goes really, really well. Hopefully he ain't gone right down the bottom of his field. He has. Here he comes. Perfect. Chris has just gone in to make a cup of coffee. Did you see his face on that quad? And he ain't got a clue. It's his, I do not know how I'm keeping a straight face throughout this. And the funny thing is, if you remember, I said this back tyres ran the wrong way. I said to him out there in the yard, I think we should get a couple of back tyres for this, Chris. And genuinely, I will buy the back tyres for it. And he went, oh no, definitely not. We're selling it. We'll just get that one turned around. There's nothing wrong with that. It's good enough. So he's lost. We just actually used the quad to pull the Golf out the workshop, right up the back there. And then we turned it round, pulled the ramp back with the quad. And then we used the quad to pull the car back in. So that was really, really easy. We just had a little bit of a chat about it. It does ride fine now. Everything's working as it should. And even the brakes, they completely eased off, Chris, did they? No more squeaking at all. And it rolls very, very, sorry guys, it rolls very, very easy. So you can see what we're just about to get up to. We got it lined up. I just said to Chris, we need to do something about these front bars. And it weren't until I sat on it and you actually look, it's quite badly bent there. And that reflector, you can see it's digging in that front mudguard, holding it in. And this side, you can actually get your hand in it. So, yeah, that bit there, I think I showed that earlier in the video. I mean, you know that this bit here should be over here, and this bit you should be able to see. So, Chris just said, look, we've got the jig out. Let's throw it up on there, chain it down. Be a couple of little tiny pulls and that'll be out. So, that's the plan. We're going to get it loaded on the jig. So it does look like it's a lot of work, guys, but it genuinely wasn't. It threw up there quite easy, and it just took us 5 minutes. Chris has strapped it down here on the front chassis, on the back. It ain't going nowhere. He's chucked the chain on it and a strap. He's going to give it a little pull here. He may have to move it down, but it just makes life so much easier. You're not tying it up to something and trying to pull it out. So he's going to do the best he can there, but I should think that that's plenty there using the hydraulic arm just to pull that back and get it where it is meant to be. Then all the plastics will actually line up, hopefully, where they need to be. Yeah, it is, yeah. Again, that really was quite straightforward. We used this as our main point to straighten up the front, and we measured from the tip there to the chassis right there, and we got it bang on both sides. We've checked the height, that's bang on as well. On the top bar, one of the little, where is that, Chris? One of the brackets was, no, the actual top of the racking. Oh, it's here. So this racking here, this was the bit, this reflector was touching really, really close. And this bracket here, you would have seen on that side, that was actually completely squashed. Chris has gone ahead and straightened that up. And I believe one of these little bars, no, they're absolutely fine. So that's perfect now as well. We did take the fairing off because Chris does want to repair that hole. That's actually one of the mounting points for the headlight. You can see that one there is bolted in and it actually fits on the bottom. The little piece that's broke off there, it's got the mounting point on it. So he wants to get that fixed back in, then we can get the headlight bolted down properly because that was hanging out a little bit. So all quite straightforward stuff really, and it does make a nice job of it, and we will get good money for the little quad when it's done. We're all done with it now, guys, and I've bought it down by the farm gate. I've just said to Chris, I'm going to take it down to an appropriate setting and actually finish the video. But the truth be known, we bought it down here so I could end the video, and he didn't hear what I was saying. Guys, Chris always says to me, I'll watch every video as soon as they come out, start to finish, just to watch back and see how we got on. So we're really going to see whether he does watch it, because Chris, this is yours. This is your new quad. Little bit of work yesterday on that jig. Do you know, it was more fun than anything. We was having a bit of a laugh, and we spent about an hour, I think, getting it all straight. And as you can see now, everything's sitting perfect as it was. If I'd have told Chris earlier on in the video, believe me, this would have been a 2 or 3 parter, because, guys, we all know Chris. He would have stripped all this off, had it powder coated. Of course, he would have had those tyres done, and he'd have had all the back of it. You know he's probably going to do it anyway. I've had that tyre turned around. I went off with that this morning first thing and got it done, but he's going to be over the moon with it. He'll be riding that round the farm. It's got a tow bar on it. It's got everything he needs. And do you know what? It's really nice for me to be able to do something nice for Chris as well. So, guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. Sorry, I very nearly finished that video there without even putting the camera on my face. So that is going to be the end of the little video. Drop your comments. Let me know what you think of the quad. And let me know what you think of this little video and my idea and what I've done. I think, you know, Chris really did want one. And ultimately, from day one, he was getting it anyway. So I hope it's been interesting and it's something a little bit different. So just quickly, I want to do an update on the Mercedes GLA. I know when I had that quad bike in the video and I was working on the van, I said, there's another upcoming video I didn't want to show. It was actually the quad bike, and a lot of people think that we've got another car in. That is the 2015 Mercedes GLA, and we are collecting parts for it, and it's just not worth starting the video until we've got all the parts for that car. A lot of the parts are available, but people are asking dealer money for them, so we're just taking it every day, finding little bits here, little bits there, and as soon as we got them, guys, we'll be straight on it. So that's enough waffle. Check out the merchandise, the link is in the description, and the new Wang It Over t-shirt is now live in the merch store. Speaking of the merch store, quite a lot of people reach out and ask where they can find it. So where the title is on the video, there's a little arrow to the right. If you click on that arrow, it will drop down with a description and the link is in there. Like, subscribe and share. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoy it. We really do appreciate it. And we'll see you early next week in the next one.